Welcome to Peel the Onion podcast. My name is Olivia Maxwell. I am a trained psych and an intuitive. Today, I am sharing part two of my three-part series for maternity and parenthood. So let's jump in. Today's theme that I wanted to share in this new chapter of mine, my daughter Violet is now approaching a 3-month mark, is around intrusive thoughts and shifting to embracing the learning and opportunity from these thoughts and holding curiosity during such an intense and massive period in one's life. Definitely not going to lie about the life change that it's been now that I'm here as a first-time parent. But we'll explore how intrusive thoughts can be shifted into noticing and witnessing and not letting them grasp you, but rising above them, choosing that higher ground. So let's dive in. So when I speak about intrusive thoughts, for me, it's ones that don't come from love. It's the doubt, it's the I'm doing something wrong. It's part of the shoulds. I should be doing this. But it's that little bit deeper if we peel back that layer of deeper conditioned beliefs that we all hold. I'm not enough. I'm not worthy. I can't do this. All these thoughts are shared amongst humanity. We all experience them. What is interesting now, though, is intrusive thoughts are collective. So thoughts aren't just individual, they're in the energetic field. So even, let's say, being around someone or investing time in a relationship that's draining, walking away from that connection or that catch up, you notice your thoughts have shifted. They may be more dark or, yeah, heavier, negative, whatever label we want to put. But that's even another layer of grasping and getting into that hole, that dark hole, because it is. Energy is everywhere, it's everything. So coming back to parenthood specifically and motherhood, lack of sleep, completely change of life and routine and independence. If you are listening and you are have naturally been very independent, entrepreneurial, career driven previously before becoming a mum, it's huge. Huge. So the intrusive thoughts that can arise from this shattering and this whole new alignment and beginning in life is not to be unnoticed. For me, intrusive thoughts in this chapter that I'm in mainly have been in the earliest stage of, and I still have it from day to day, I notice them, but around am I doing anything wrong? Yeah, what am I missing? Which doesn't come from love. It's not supportive of my highest good and my daughter's highest good. I know it comes from lineage and the way my nonna raised my mum and my mum raised me in a totally different world, one that didn't honor the feminine in any way. I mean, my mum did everything, cooked, cleaned, and raised us, while my dad played the traditional provider role, and just, went to work. But the stress that my mum experienced was so high that she wasn't well later on in life. And that impacts on the children. So that is then passed on to us, particularly As a female, it is captured in our eggs, our ovaries. Ova? Now that I've had a daughter, it's really magnified the importance of me casting out these intrusive thoughts. And when I say casting out, it's really a matter of choosing language, the power of word and speech, their spells, right? What we speak, we manifest truthfully in both positive and negative, neutral. But casting out is the witnessing part. So, one tool I use is I notice I'm feeling low, or I notice I'm feeling off. I notice I'm feeling frustrated. I notice I'm feeling impatient. I notice I'm feeling lost. And with all that, the words I'm noticing I'm feeling versus I'm lost. I'm this. I'm human, right? So I still catch myself not using that language and having shortcuts because I can get lazy too and tired from time to time. But the noticing and witnessing language really lightens the load from the intrusive thoughts because thoughts are thoughts and we get to choose the high ground. And it's in the moment that you can choose the higher ground. So that presence piece, coming back to the presence to move away from the shoulds, which follows on from our part one series. But it's also aligning with the truth that everything moves through you, nothing stays. The only thing that stays is when we hold on to things tightly, when we're more rigid, when the shoulds are ruling our life, when we're judging, which is intrusive, when we're choosing to stay in that heavier portal. So the key step that's helped me is lift out with that noticing language. And it's also becoming aware of what those thoughts are, having a practice of writing them down on a piece of paper. Those who are attracted to this podcast, I know, are naturally more attuned to themselves and self-aware. So just staying curious, bringing that curiosity in to those deeper layers and letting it unfold because your body, your mind, and your environment always tells you, always, and never lies. So that curiosity piece of the deeper beliefs that we all hold that are from conditioning, from past traumas, from the lineage, and multi dimensions, but not even needing to know where it's from. Catch it. I'll share a beautiful story. When I was in the depths of my early postpartum period, I was having feeding challenges with Violet. My milk supply was and is very abundant, such a blessing, and also I worked hard for it in the beginning with triple feeding to build it up as my daughter was on the smaller size in weight, so I need to make sure that my supply was established, even though she got tired quickly when she was feeding. But as she grew bigger, she started to choke a lot of my milk, and there were weeks where it would be every day, actually every feed, she'd be choking. It was really scary for me because she'd go red and her face would just completely freeze. So there was a lot of fear, not knowing if she could breathe. And there was this one day where it just all got a bit much and I hadn't slept well. Thankfully, one of my soul sisters and best mates, Bella, was coming over that day to help around the house and heat up my lunch. And as soon as she opened the door, I just broke down crying. And she held me close while I was asleep. And she looked me in the eye and said, "You're not doing anything wrong." And that just completely shattered me wide open. felt this whole weight lift off me, because what was running underneath this frustration and this grief and this willingness to really throw in the towel. I was ready to just not breastfeed. I said to her, why am I doing this? Like, this is so stressful. I may as well feed her with a bottle and formula. And as soon as she said, you're not doing anything wrong, everything just shifted for me. Because in that moment, I noticed that I had the belief I was doing something wrong and it was my fault that my daughter kept choking on every feed. So, those who are listening, if you notice you have this belief, I want to share that wisdom with you. You aren't doing anything wrong. We're all learning and we're doing the best we can with what we know in every moment. So, shift that to curiosity of how to best support you with love and compassion in those harder times. And I mean, being human means we're gonna need to feel those depths and those heavier thoughts, but it's practicing the muscle of letting it flow through more quickly, being more swift. And that's practice. I can say hand on heart. It's taken me a good while to get to the point, and still depends on the day of, again, low on energy or got other things going on that have been hard to deal with. It'll be harder. It's really embracing our humanness and choosing to not sit in that heaviness of doubt and blame and judgment, which a lot of the time isn't even yours. When we bring curiosity into the day and into the moments, it can make things a lot lighter, creating more space for noticing what can be supportive, whether you need to reach out to someone who's been through it before, leaning on your community, maybe health professionals. For me, it was noticing something was a bit off and going to see an osteo who could look at Violet's mouth, which found out she had all the ties and wasn't helping with the choking. So as soon as the curiosity is welcome, life shows you and gives you the resources and solutions to help you move through and past that darker hole that we all get in from time to time. And it's no lie that mothers really need even just half an hour of their own time. I mean, I'm one who used to used to give myself hours of my own self-care time. It was such a luxury now that I look back. But even if I get and give myself 15 to 20 minutes of space once my husband gets home, changes everything for me. I can reflect and journal and pick up on these underlying blocks that otherwise rule my day if I don't give them space to be seen. And that's my second tool that's really been a game changer. Yesterday, as soon as my husband got home, I went down to Freshwater Beach down the road as Violet was asleep and journaled, and then went for an ocean swim. Before I knew it, she was awake and ready for a feed, and it was 20 minutes, and I was happy that I got those 20 minutes because it changed my energy and it definitely cleared my mind so I could show up as the best mum that I could and can be. Again, you're not a robot. Those mums that are listening, and ensuring your self-care time is really nourishing too. I mean, we can jump on our phones and distract ourselves. And yes, that might help as a passive way of recovery, but it doesn't refuel your cup. We all know that. just takes us away from the present as a pause, but activities that really replenish you might be in nature and calling someone you love who holds space for you really well, cuddles from your partners, going to the gym, dancing even, meditating. So I really hope that you are carving out that space, even for dads. I know on the weekend we are tag team here. My husband goes to the gym and then I have space after he's back. And you need to be. I'm sure existing parents are all across this tag team. Um, but you really need to lean on each other to get those windows of replenishing yourself. But if you are noticing thoughts are quite loud and very dark, I do encourage you to reach out to a health professional. Kinesiology really can help shift things in the body, or a therapist, psychotherapist, one who particularly is trained in EMDR, it's trauma-based therapy. I am myself, and it finds those deeper beliefs that are running one's life. And it's about going in the past, the memories from the past that are still reoccurring here in the now. It's not until you identify those memories and the beliefs tied to those memories that you free yourself from those thoughts. So I do want to highlight that there are layers to this, and I've worked with a psychotherapist using EMDR myself to experience it before I trained myself in it. And it's really potent. I know all the clients who have had sessions with me through using EMDR therapy have felt massive shifts. But if you want to learn more, eye movement, desensitization, and reprocessing therapies where you can type in. There's lots of research on it now. But even if you know of a mum or a dad or someone who's needing the extra support to lift out of the heaviness, please recommend this therapy to them. There's not many in the area I work in the northern beaches that I know of. But if you are looking for someone, there is someone that I can pass on and refer. So please DM me on my Instagram. It's in the show notes, awakened_MBS, or email me and I can share those details. We've come to the end of this episode. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll catch you next time. Bye.